Diaspora Arm's mission is to mobilize the vast resources of the Armenian diaspora, coordinate collective efforts, and foster synergies through networking. To assess where we stand in terms of mobilizing our resources, we studied other diasporas, and the picture is sobering. The Wenzhou Chinese community in France established a common fund offering interest-free loans to young entrepreneurs. Over 20 years, 10 billion euros dispersed, 40,000 businesses created, 10 billion euros invested in their youth. The Jewish model is equally instructive. Their different organizations have joined forces, establishing independent foundations in each city whose sole mission is fundraising, with trusted apolitical boards of trustees, democratic governance, full transparency, every dollar documented to the cent, and a name and fame practice, publicly listing each donor. The outcome? Jewish foundations in Montreal, Boston, Los Angeles, and New York raising hundreds of millions, up to over $1 billion. In front of these figures, with the All-Armenian Fund raising just $15 million globally in a year, the conclusion is unavoidable. We have awfully failed. And until we recognize it, we cannot bounce back. In 2023, Hillel, the Jewish student organization, raised $100 million in a single evening for scholarships. The issue is not that Armenians don't give. Aso Tavityan, for instance, donated his art collection, worth several $100 million, plus $45 million in cash to build the museum to house it, all to the Clark Institute. The late Edward Avedisyan, who built the Avedisyan School in Yerevan and generously supported the AUA, donated $100 million to Boston University. Armenians give. What the diaspora lacks is a unified, trusted, transparent fundraising structure. What has held us back is simply that we have not thought to cooperate. We must create the conditions for thought leadership to emerge. Individuals with long-term vision, the wisdom to overcome our fragmentation and build cooperation across the nation, trust and unquestioned integrity, proven excellence, and above all, humility, not seeking to become the boss, but choosing to serve. Such leadership would pursue 3 objectives: advocating across the Armenian people, Armenia and the diaspora alike, to place our national values and shared interests above everything that divides us, bridging the structural gap of the diaspora, optimizing our resources, settling our level of ambition for Armenia and Armenians on the global stage, what caliber of influential political figures we should have within the next 20 years, congressmen, ministers, prime ministers, a strong media presence, more Armenian unicorns, and more Nobel Prize laureates. Such leadership should also set an agenda of issues of national interest, including those that no one else is addressing. One example: the Mkhitarist congregation. The number of their clerics and scholars has dropped from several hundred to only 14 worldwide, and the Vatican has appointed an administrator over the congregation. Yet this congregation, with chapters in Venice, Vienna, France, Lebanon, and Egypt, holds assets of immense national value. Without anyone stepping forward to take responsibility, it could fall entirely into Vatican hands like ripe fruit. This is on nobody's agenda. It should be on ours. Given the diminished credibility of our political and religious classes, this leadership must emerge from our 2 most solid pillars: academics and entrepreneurs. Qualified individuals exist, not seeking titles or recognition. We need to bring them to the table.